Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today on our webinar, Modernizing Student Engagement, Supporting Students from Recruitment Through Graduation. We're so glad that we could have you guys here today, and we're really excited to present some important information for the higher learning and higher education vertical. Today, our host is going to be one of our fantastic account directors, excuse me, Ms. Charlotte Jon. Charlotte works with a lot of clients in the higher learning space and the higher education space. She is a wellspring of knowledge where this is concerned, and how our clients and other people can engage with the changing dynamics of the student and higher learning landscape as the calendar turns here in 2023. I am really excited for you guys to meet Charlotte and for her to share with us this vital information. So I am going to turn this over to Charlotte now and say, welcome aboard, Charlotte, for our wonderful webinar. We can't wait to hear what you have to share with us today.
Thank you, Marshall. Hey, everybody, appreciate you for joining. Of course, I'm Charlotte, like Marshall introduced. There's my direct contact information if you'd like to reach out. But other than that, we can go ahead and get started. So today, what I'm going to be doing is sharing truly just industry knowledge, really about how universities, colleges, anyone within higher ed is able to leverage technology in a very sustainable way to be able to connect and, of course, stay engaged with students. I'll start by addressing or speaking about some of the core challenges that they face or that many of our customers have faced with student engagement. And then we can talk a little bit about identifying the roles. So the roles that are really challenged or directly impacted by all of these challenges. And then, of course, I'm going to run you through a demo specific to how our higher ed clients are leveraging SUMO as a truly complete student engagement platform. We'll save the last 5 to 10 minutes for questions. And then after that, I'll make sure to share the recording and all in the deck for you to share internally with your teams. So let's go ahead and start by addressing some of the main challenges with engagement. And I've outlined just a few here. So attracting new students. For most students, their journey does typically start when they come to a website, maybe they're sent marketing information, but it's when they want to learn more or they're interested in learning more about a university. As we all know, it's a very competitive market. So what universities want to be able to do is provide these students with the ability to instantly connect, and of course, with the right resource. So how do they make that easy? How do they run that 24/7? And how is that truly just automated for them? Staying connected with students. So after that initial meeting, whether it be during a recruitment process or the beginning of a student's journey, all the way through the time that they're enrolled and they're part of that university or college, how are they able to connect as well as have staff and faculty be able to stay connected and engaged with these students to ensure they're nurturing them throughout this journey and throughout their education? When it comes to connecting in the 21st century, student preferences have changed. So nowadays, they do expect to be able to choose where they attend a course, event, appointments. They want the option of either it to be hybrid, virtual, in person. And what universities need is to have the ability to offer these engagement opportunities that support both the hybrid, virtual, in-person appointments and courses. So students do rely on universities as a true mini city. So they come to these universities for different resources such as medical services, finance, counseling, even social events. With all these various services and resources, it's and really a need for engagement with students for these services, we need to be able to, or colleges need to be able to make the process easy for all students to access these services and, of course, assign the correct services or resources accordingly. And with the number of services and departments and resources available to these students, how are universities able to truly simplify their tech stack to ensure that they're using a scalable and easy to manage solution that supports all student engagement? And truly, it's all just under one platform. So today what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is address these challenges further and focus on how the SUMO technology can support engagement and help anyone within higher ed to overcome all the listed challenges here. So let's just go ahead and quickly highlight a few of the roles that are directly impacted with all the challenges I listed earlier, and who is truly needing to use and find this easy and scalable solution. I'll address just a few, but again, I'll dive a little bit deeper as we go in through the demo. So everything starting from the IT and Salesforce admin team, what they're looking for is to simplify their tech stack and to find a solution that's easy to admin. They are typically the ones that are burdened with the constant changes and challenges that arise from really these disjointed technologies. So they're looking for one platform that's easy to use and easy to administer. For an admissions advisor, for them, it could be anything from the recruitment process, so that very first touch point with a student. And what they require is truly an easy to use solution that connects them with a new student or even an existing student, that also offers both virtual and in-person appointments. For student support, that can be anyone from advisors to counselors, the finance department, anyone that wants to be able to provide continued support through one-on-one appointments or group appointments, but really personalized and continued engagement with existing students. So I'll go into a little bit more detail with some of these roles as we run through the demo. So with the challenges that I've discussed and the roles I've identified, I do keep coming back to all of the higher ed customers needing a full student engagement and platform. But let's talk about what that really means. Starting from the start in enhancing where and how a student can engage, it's being able to make the right resource available, and a resource available 24/7. So being able to support multiple channels, whether it be through a website, social media, how are universities able to ensure that students can self-schedule or be able to directly connect with the right resource? And how are we able to ensure that with technology, and of course, as within the 21st century, how are we able to provide a solution that supports all devices? With services that are offered, of course, throughout a student's journey, universities want to be able to ensure that they're offering multiple services through different avenues. So whether it be through social media, marketing, the opportunity for students to self-register for events or webinars, for call-ins or inbound requests. When a student reaches out to a support center, how does a center have a centralized view on being able to schedule for themselves or connect a student with the correct resource? Example, someone with an admissions, bursar's office, but how are they easily able to do that all under one platform? For outbound communication, such as counselors, if they want to be able to send out personalized invitations to a specific student or even a group of students, how can they easily do that and directly connect a contact with themselves with a click of a button? So what they're looking for with this student engagement platform is the ability to connect all these different departments and services for both appointments and events. And what I want to present to you in today's demo is how we make that possible through the SUMO Student Engagement Platform. So we'll go ahead and start from our online scheduler. The SUMO online scheduler, what it does is it makes it possible for students to self-schedule appointments. And this link can be added to any website, social media, even part of a marketing campaign. And of course, it's available or accessible on any device. So as a student, what I'm able to do is select between where I need the appointment to happen. So we're adapting to their needs here. SUMO's adapting to the needs and making these options between where the appointment needs to happen easily configurable and available to our higher ed clients. A student's then able to choose which service they'd like to learn more about, the title of the service, the duration, even some details about what they're requesting or the service they're requesting. Again, you can pass parameters, minimize clicks. SUMO is extremely configurable in ensuring that we match the needs of your business to offer multiple services or even to predefine it to just one. After a student has selected a service, they can go ahead and choose a date and time. This availability here could belong to one specific resource, such as an advisor or even a group of advisors where SUMO can auto-assign that appointment. But for the student, it's simple and easy for them to choose a date and time, add additional participants such as parents, or if this is part of the application process, I can upload that information here. And from there, it's simple and easy for a student to fill in their information. And again, SUMO supports standard and custom fields, and we're going to go ahead and relate this information into Salesforce as an automated process. From here, the students receives a confirmation page. They see who they're scheduling the appointment with, all the details of the appointment. They even have the option to reschedule or cancel a meeting. Confirmation emails are auto sent out to all participants, as well as ICS files sent to all primary calendars for all participants as well. So after the student has scheduled that initial appointment, the next step, or the way that UW Foster School of Business is using it, is they want to be able to send out follow-up appointments to either during the enrollment process or even to students after they're enrolled in the school. So with SUMO, we have the new appointment button, and this is integrated seamlessly into your Salesforce or org. It is, of course, it works in your education cloud, and there's no third-party connectors. It's truly integrated into your org. And from here, what we can do is schedule off of any custom or standard object where an advisor or part of a recruiter is able to easily define an appointment, where it needs to happen, set the duration, customize if needed. All the participant information is auto added. And from here, what we're able to do is confirm with Charlotte when she'd like to schedule that follow-up appointment, and that appointment can easily be booked. In the case where a student is unable to confirm a date and time, SUMO also offers our email and invite button. And what that allows is for an advisor, an admissions department, really anyone within a university or college to define what the appointment needs to be about, where it needs to happen, the duration. There's other options to be able to truly customize this time of when you're presenting to a student. Again, all the participant information has been predefined. Of course, a user also has the ability to add additional resources or additional hosts to this appointment. And what we're going to do, or what an advisor is able to do, is go ahead and send their real-time availability based on standard hours, as well as whatever is presenting as free and busy in a primary calendar, and send an invitation out to a student, a very personalized experience where the student receives a notification and can click on the link to open up this personalized invitation to meet with my advisor. So as a student, I can confirm in a date and time, opt in for text reminders, invite additional participants. You can add additional custom fields that you'd like to map back to the record in Salesforce, and they can just lock in this meeting. And from here, again, notifications and reminders are auto sent out via email. You have the option to send out via text, and ICS files are sent as well. And for all appointments that are scheduled, SUMO does auto-relate that appointment into Salesforce for you for any custom or standard fields. So for the case for events, SUMO also supports courses and events from our multi-calendar object. This is all included with the platform. So from here, what an advisor or a user, a SUMO user can do is from their Salesforce org, they have the ability to either schedule an appointment, an event and course. They can schedule it for themselves or even for someone else within the school. And they can even send out these invitations for the SUMO event links. And what this does is it allows a student, so it could be a public or a private link, to click on a link to self-schedule for, say for this example, an orientation, fill out the information so that they know that confirmation email is coming directly to them. And they can self-register for this event. And once they've done that, from the multi-calendar, an advisor or an event coordinator has the ability to see who's registered for the event, confirm who's booked, and they also have the option to see even appointments that are scheduled to other hosts with the ability to drag and drop if necessary, edit, reschedule, all from one single interface. So hopefully with today's demo, I was able to enlighten you on how our higher ed and how your higher ed clients are able to leverage SUMO technology to truly offer a better experience and support students from recruitment through graduation.
Thank you so much, Charlotte, for sharing that with us today. Absolutely fantastic information. While you've been doing this presentation, we have gotten a few questions in the comments, or in the chat, I should say. I'm going to read off a few of these questions for us and kind of just throw them your way and see what you have to say about them. Some of them are some really good questions. First, we've got this question from, looks like this is from Carrie. It says, your slide that showed what amounts to a student life cycle referenced event management. Can you elaborate on that? How do you manage virtual and in-person events and courses with an event management tool that may be different from other options?
Absolutely. So with event scheduling, you're able to define if the event needs to happen virtual, in person, or hybrid. That can start from the process level. So you can create specific events for where they need to happen, virtual or in person. But you can also do that with the user settings. So each user that's able to host a specific event or service, they can define their availability based on virtual or in person at specific locations. That way we're ensuring that in terms of availability, we're presenting or we're offering events that are specific to virtual, in person, and even hybrid.
Awesome. Thank you, Charlotte. Got a couple more here. Let's see. Dave asks, we use Zoom for virtual meetings with some of our students, but because each academic advisor just uses their standard Zoom link for these virtual meetings, other students are accidentally joining other student meetings in progress from time to time. Does SUMO have a way to help with this? That is a great question.
Absolutely. And we do have a solution for you. So SUMO offers, or we support static as well as dynamic links. With the static links, any video platform, whatever you use, you can go ahead and add that static link, and SUMO will do that. We'll send the same link for any appointment that's scheduled. And for the case of dynamic links, we do have a direct integration to Zoom and Teams. So what each user is able to do is they can connect SUMO to their Zoom or Teams account. That way SUMO can pull dynamic links and have these unique links that are sent out for any of the events or appointments that are scheduled.
Thank you, Charlotte. That's really, really cool and great to know. I think we've got time for a couple more here. Ryan asks, lately, we're running into issues with students canceling and rescheduling appointments with us at the last second. Are there any ways to put some guardrails around students rescheduling and canceling appointments at the last minute?
Yes, absolutely. So for any link that you sent out, you are able to define or set parameters on, last minute notice, or when you want to make the last minute rescheduling or cancellations available to a student. And that will prevent the whole 5 minutes before an appointment. We all hate when that happens, when somebody cancels or reschedules, but that way you're able to avoid that whole situation from happening.
Awesome. And last question here. This comes from this person, I think, is logged in on their phone. So I don't know who this is, but Big Papa asks, we use a portal for our students to log into. Can students schedule there?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a client, UW Foster, that's doing exactly that way. They're using a community where students log in, and we're able to pass their contact ID. So it just minimizes some, additional information that you would typically have to capture. So for example, for a net new student off a website, but through the portal, we're able to predefine a lot of information, such as the contact, the student contact, even the advisor that they're assigned to, all that information. And there's other information or parameters that can be passed, but it just simplifies the process. And that's absolutely something we're able to support.
Awesome. Thank you so much for putting this together today, Charlotte, and for the awesome information, like really important information to know, especially for folks in this vertical. For those of you that joined us today, thank you for your time. If you'd like to learn more about Sumo, you can check us out either at sumoscheduler.com or on the Salesforce App Exchange. We are also able to book appointments with you for a free consult if you would like at sumoscheduler.com, or if you just want to get in touch with us, feel free to email us at experts@sumoscheduler.com. Again, thank you for attending. Charlotte, thank you again for hosting, and we look forward to seeing you guys again soon in the future. Have a great day.